You've felt it, haven't you? That quiet pull, that slow retreat inward?
It wasn't some big, dramatic decision. It was more like a dawning realization, a subtle step back from all the noise.
You know the feeling, that unspoken rule that you have to document every moment to package your life for an audience, turning your own experiences into content for other people.
Yeah, that need to carefully select the angles, the perfect captions, the right filters, creating this highlight reel that, if you're being honest, feels more and more disconnected from the person actually living behind the screen.
And it's just this strange kind of exhaustion, isn't it? A feeling of being surrounded by thousands of people online, but feeling completely alone. You're seeing everything, but you're feeling, well, nothing.
But here's what you need to understand. What you're experiencing isn't you breaking down. It's your mind building a fortress. It's not a flaw. It's a healthy, protective response to a pretty unhealthy environment.
This withdrawal, it isn't a retreat. It actually has a name: intentional privacy. It's the conscious act of protecting your most valuable resources, your mental energy, your focus, and your authentic self.
You just woke up to the true cost of constant exposure. You realize that your life's value isn't measured in likes, but in moments of genuine, unfilmed presence. And let's be crystal clear about this. This is not hiding. Hiding is based in fear, in avoiding judgment. What you're doing is preserving. It's a choice based in value. It's not about hiding your life. It's about actively protecting your peace because you're finally, truly valuing it. So every post you don't make, every story you decide not to share, that's not empty space. It's a choice. It's a boundary. It's a quiet declaration that some parts of your world are just for you. And in that quiet, you're discovering your real strengths. Your real-world connections are getting deeper because they're not for show. You're building an immunity to that toxic game of social comparison. And all that mental energy, it's now free for what truly matters. Your goals, your passions, your people. You're finding this incredible freedom in living an untelevised life, and you're building a sense of self that doesn't need applause to know it exists.
You've probably noticed a shift, right? Some people might have drifted away, and that's because they were comfortable with the version of you that performed, the one that sought their approval and needed an audience. Your self-sufficiency can feel like a rejection to them.
Look, this didn't just happen by accident. It was a conscious process. First, you recognized the high cost of oversharing. Then, you started to define what was sacred, what moments were just for you. You began to observe the world more than you broadcast your place in it. And finally, you started reinvesting all of that saved energy back into the tangible world, back into your real life.
You know, in a world that is screaming for attention, your silence has become your source of power. It doesn't signal absence, it signals depth. It shows that your validation now comes from within, not from all that noise.
Think about it like this. 99% of your life, your real thoughts, your private jokes, your growth, your struggles, your greatest joys, it all happens offline, unseen, unfiltered. That 99%, that is where you truly live.
You've traded the endless scroll for the richness of reality. You are not missing out. You are fully checked in to a life that doesn't require an internet connection to feel real. You stopped being a character in everyone else's feed, and you became the author of your own story. And that is the ultimate freedom.